welcome to this week's episode of For the Plot. I'm Jessica.
I'm Samantha.
I'm Annabelle.
And I'm Kate.
And I'm Nassim.
So this is our special guest of the week, Nassim. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Thank you very much for having me. My name is Nassim. I think I'm here to talk about kind of my upbringing and stuff. So I'm born in South Armagh, but my parents, my mum is from South Armagh and my dad's from Algeria. So I think that's kind of why I'm here today, is it?
Something like that.
Love you.
Yes.
So, Nassim, tell us where you're from, where you live in South Armagh.
Yeah, so I am living now in Forkhill. I was originally from Clevie, but then I moved out to Forkhill not that long ago. Maybe about 5 years ago now.
Okay. So, straight into the questions. Annabelle.
Yeah, let's jump into it. Okay, our first question. What's your favourite thing about being from South Armagh?
Favourite thing about being from South Armagh is probably like the sense of community. Like South Armagh, like you kind of know everyone, what you need, where to go. That kind of sense of closeness within the community.
Yeah,
sometimes,
we're all very together.
Very close, yeah, and you always know who to ring or who to go to.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think when I do like a bit of travelling stuff, I go like bigger cities and stuff. It's like, I don't know, there seems to be a bit more of a disconnect. And South Armagh is very like a connected place. You know, everyone kind of knows like the local stuff.
Yeah.
We're just one big family, you know.
No one's
Exactly.
too far away.
We all get on so well.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to our second question. How did you get into youth work and what inspired you to do so?
How I got into youth work?
Messy question.
I'm not gonna lie, I got into youth work as like a joke. Like
Really?
genuinely as a joke, yeah.
Okay.
I'm obviously a youth worker now, so my outlook on youth work is very different. But back then, a few of my friends texted me. No, tell a lie. I was in school, and they were talking about youth work, and they went home that night. And my friends were like, would you actually go to that? Would you go to that? And I was like, no, I don't want to go. Like, I don't need it. Like, it's not for me. And then one night, I was just like, I was sitting, like, texting me again. And I was like, yeah, I'll go. Why not? And then I went down. It was good crack. But as soon as I went in and I, like, had my first, like, kind of youth group session, I was like, this is actually good crack. And then I went more and more into it. And then I was sent to, like, other different projects, different things. And then, yeah, I just kept going. But it was literally as, like, a joke. I'll just go and try it.
Oh my god, that's
like,
so
I did not
funny.
think I was going to, like, make a career out of it. I was going to do it twice. I was like, I'm going to show once just for a joke and go home.
Yeah, because like
Now
once
look
you
at
start,
you.
it's hard to stop.
Didn't
Look at
happen.
us.
Like we were forced into going for the first time. I did not want to go to the
Yeah, I don't think
No.
any of us wanted to go.
I forced
I
them
thought
all
it
to
was a
go.
Cheesecake Factory.
It was me.
Yeah.
So
Because I think you have, like, there's a very stereotypical outlook on it. It's like,
Yeah.
what is this? Like, what is
Yeah,
this?
like
kind
a
of
big
thing?
Oh
stigma.
my god, people with
It's
no
like-
friends go there.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what I
Yeah.
said, but I didn't want to say it. But that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That's like my first thing.
That is actually what people think about youth work.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. That's just a place where weirdos go.
Like, if
But
you're
we go here.
Outcast.
We're all here.
You're like anti-social, can't make friends, go to youth group, build friends. But that's not what it's about. But you only realise that when you go to it. That's why it's worth it to at least go once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always
I'm
go
so
once.
happy we all give it a chance.
And
Yeah.
then see.
twin.
It's brought us so far.
Mm-hmm.
Got our
Well,
own
look
podcast.
at Okay, third question.
Third.
What was it like growing up in South Armagh as a Muslim?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Getting deeper now, Nassim.
Starting from the start, I think at a young age you don't really know a difference because at a young age like religion doesn't really play a factor. So at a young age, the only thing I did find was my name.
Yeah.
So my name is an Arabic name, obviously because I'm Muslim, like having an Arabic name. So that was something that I remember at a young age being like, why do I have like a different name than everyone else? And then my second name as well, that kind of threw me off at a younger age. And actually, when I used to play PlayStation, I used to tell people a fake name
Oh my god.
because I didn't want them to know my name. So my
Aw.
fake name used to be Connor. So I was like, I
kinda
used to
suits
tell
you though.
everyone, my name was Connor on PlayStation, and that's when I kind of started to notice there is like a difference between me and them as such. And then as I got older, coming into secondary school, then when drinks started to get involved and things like that there started getting involved, then I started to notice a bit of a difference. So it's like I started to kind of know like there was boundaries there for me that weren't there for everyone else.
Yeah.
So not that it was like super challenging or super difficult. It definitely wasn't, but there was always a sense of like I knew I was a wee bit different. I knew I was a wee bit like kind of like this isn't what I can do. Do you know what I mean? So there definitely was a boundary, but nothing incredibly different because I present very Irish.
Yeah.
I present very much like that there. So your religion can kind of be your own privacy and never really out there, do you know what I mean? So I feel like it did stay like that for a long time.
Yeah, and like, did you ever get any like backlash or anything? Because like you weren't able to drink or like do anything. Did
Peer
anyone
pressure,
ever
like-
say anything?
Can you
Did
also explain to people why you can't drink as a Muslim?
Yeah, so in Islam, it's a sin, but you would hear people saying like it's haram. So haram is just basically another word for like a sin.
Right.
So obviously drinking alcohol, getting intoxicated, that's all haram. So that's something. That's probably the biggest thing you notice growing up in Ireland as like a
Okay.
teenager.
Yeah.
'Cause that's like
People in Ireland are known for like drinking before the legal age.
Yeah,
which
and
is,
that's
like,
a big
not us,
thing.
but like
That's a
other.
big
We
thing.
don't. No.
But that's a big thing.
Allegedly.
We've heard
Yeah, so
stories.
so that boundary kind of came in. I was like, yeah, I can't drink. I never wanted to drink because obviously, like, now when I was younger, I didn't take my religion as seriously as it did now. Obviously, as I've matured, I've grew into it more.
Yeah.
But there were some boundaries that I always like didn't do. So I
Yeah.
was like, I'm never going to drink. I'm never going to smoke. Never going to take drugs. All that there. Peer pressure, yeah. I suppose when I first started to go out, it was peer pressure. But what I kind of felt in my personal experience anyway. When you're at that age of everyone's having their first drink, everyone's almost so worried themselves. They're not really
Yeah.
looking around who's around them.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah.
'Cause I can remember some of my like first experiences of like going to nightclubs and people were drinking. It's almost like they were panicking themselves. They weren't really like looking around. And then when people realized I didn't drink, they kind of were shocked because I never like relied on it or needed it.
Yeah.
So when I went out, like I could talk, I could dance, I could jump around, whatever it was. Like I never felt like I needed it.
Yeah.
Good time all the
So,
time.
Were
Yeah.
you
so,
ever like close to giving in and felt like, okay, I'll just have one drink?
like I would love to say yeah, there was, but genuinely no, actually not. Like do you know
You're
what I
strong.
think? I think there was a seamless transition from. Like, I don't know if you remember this, but remember like the like silence, like Marquee.
Yeah.
And like there's them discos where no one's drinking,
Yeah.
no one's taking alcohol, and then like you take this jump and then everyone's drinking, everyone's taking alcohol.
Yeah.
I feel like when I was in them younger discos, I was still talking, dancing, doing everything. So then when I moved to the older discos where like drinks involved,
It wasn't much of
I
a
just kept
difference.
being the same
Yeah.
person.
You didn't see a
Yeah.
difference, like.
Yeah, because I always found when people start to drink, then they wait for that to kick in before they can be confident. But if you go back and look at Marquee and discos like that, people are talking, jumping around, dancing without it.
Yeah.
But it's almost like once you take it, you then rely on it.
Yeah.
To like
So-
have a good
That's
time
such a
almost.
fair
Yeah,
point.
so I never was waiting for the alcohol to kick in. I was just
Yeah.
always kind of like,
Woo, let's go.
you know, let's go. I'm out. I'm talking. Like, you know what I mean? So there was never that wait for it to kick in. But I always noticed that with other people because when I went to nightclubs, it was always like, I can't dance until I've had a drink, or I'm not talking to them until I've had a drink, or wait till later on the night. Where I kind
yeah.
of noticed that I was like, that's what that kind of difference is. I never got that like, what even is? I never got that like confidence from drinks, so I never like really relied on it. So I never
Yeah.
felt pressured into like, I need a drink to get that confidence. You know what I mean?
Nobody's looking at what's in your glass.
So yeah.
Nobody cares.
Have some blackcurrant.
Yeah.
Who cares? Have a little fuzzy.
Yeah, so I never know. And I just told people straight up, I was like, I don't drink. And if they asked more, I'd be like, yeah, because I'm Muslim. I was never like, I didn't really hide it or anything. I just kind of said how it was.
Yeah.
You're an open book.
Yeah. No secrets.
Okay.
Okay, we'll move on to our fourth question.
Was there a divide between you and your peers, or was it difficult to make friends?
Again, I would love to say like there was all these big challenges, but generally not for me, not really. Now, keep it in mind, like a lot of people would have knew me and not my religion, like because of the way I present, because of the way I talk, because of the way I look, because of the way I act. Like you don't really see my religion until some people start pick up on my name, and then like they get to think of like drinking, then they kind of pick it up. So making friends for me was pretty seamless. Like I had interests, I had hobbies, and I made friends with them people. I never really like found this big barrier. Now there was a few times where like I probably would have avoided situations because I knew like that's
Someone
not,
would say something. Do you
not
think?
that someone would say something, but that's not a place I could fit in entirely. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So there probably was some like I did avoid that, I did avoid this, but there was never a big roadblock of like I can't be friends with you because I'm Muslim. There was never that there.
Mhm.
I never noticed that. Now on the flip side of that though, that was in school stuff. Where I did start to kind of feel that there then was when I was more like integrated in the Islamic community. So when I started to go to like, we don't have a mosque around here, we have like a prayer house. And when I went into them communities, I started to feel a wee bit hard to make friends. Because in them communities, I started to feel more like an outsider. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because in making friends with like the Irish kids and like the South Armagh kids was very easy, very straightforward. Because I look like them, talk like them, act like them. When it came to integrating into that, like the Islamic kind of friendship groups, I struggled then. Because obviously, like my presentation stuff made them kind of think like, oh, he's like an outsider from this group,
Yeah.
and that's where I struggled making friends, but not within the school realm. No, definitely not. With that, it was pretty seamless.
It actually took me like a good year from like knowing you to like figure out that you're Muslim. Like
Oh,
I
same.
never
Yeah,
knew.
me too.
Because like
Yeah.
obviously it wasn't something that like we wouldn't go around shouting our religions around. So like it wasn't something like we'd know off the bat.
Yeah.
Like I knew you for like a full year before being like, oh, like Nassim's a Muslim. Like, huh?
Yeah, because there's small things like not eating pork, like not drinking, but like them things they don't appear as much as like obvious. And some people would assume I don't drink just as well as like you're just you're personal, you're boring, or you're a footballer, or you're doing this here, you're doing that there. So some people would just assume things like that there, but. Generally, the more time you spend with me, you'll start kind of putting two and two together. You start asking that question. You start to kind of feel it. But it's not something you pick off the bat straight away, which is why I think for me, it was never a roadblock.
Yeah.
It was now because when you hear my name, you're probably just thinking that's a bit of a weird name, but you don't look deeper than that, and then you're just like, he's my friend.
I didn't think that.
Yeah, so it's not like you don't notice. Definitely don't notice like a big roadblock with it.
No, definitely
not. No, there isn't that there.
All right.
That's good.
Was it difficult to practice Arabic while living in a predominantly English-speaking area?
Yeah, it was really difficult.
Okay, next question.
Yeah, it was difficult. It was, so my journey as such with learning Arabic or whatever you want to call it is, so obviously as a Muslim you have to pray in Arabic. So like I learned, the first kind of like introduction to Arabic I got was obviously like close the door, like open door, turn off the light, like give me this, give me that. Just general directions my dad would have given me around the house. But when I was actually like, okay, you need to learn Arabic, it more came from a religious point of view. So it was like, you need to learn these prayers. So that was okay. Learn the prayers then on, that was straightforward. And I feel like I kind of grasped that there. But my enunciation was not good. Because like, there's a thing like, when you learn another language, there's things you don't, how do you even say this here? There's like letters and like sounds you don't make in English that you make in Arabic. So you have to learn like a completely different like
Alphabet
way to use your voice. Yeah. So like you use your voice in a completely different way. That's hard, and that makes it hard to get the enunciation and the pronunciation of words, because that's a bit I kind of struggle with. So I always knew that there. Then my dad started to take me to Algeria more, and I started to try to gain like the how to actually interact and talk to people. But it was like when I was in Algeria, I was talking, and as soon as I came back home, I was like forgetting all about it.
Yeah.
So like,
because you aren't like continuing with it as much.
Yeah, and I never had any Muslim friends or such growing up.
Yeah.
Like all my friends were all Irish. I went to like a Catholic school with all like Catholic kids. There was never like any like Muslims or anything like that within my school that I knew of. So I never had them relationships. Like I was saying before, I had some of them like relationships built up within the prayer house, but they were very loose relationships. Like I would have just like went, chatted to them, a couple of words, and then I just went home. I never like built a relationship with them. So I never got to practice my Arabic outside of my house. So I feel like my Arabic now, like when it comes to praying and stuff, I can do that quite well. When it comes to interacting with people, I can like listen and understand, but when I speak back, it's very like broken. It's very like maybe one or two words to kind of get my message across.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's kind of how it went.
Practice makes perfect.
Is it difficult staying in touch with your culture while being surrounded by peers who aren't connected to that side of you?
Yeah, it is. Again, so I kind of always thought with this here, it's like being like a child born between two cultures, you never have like a true sense of belonging to one or the other. So you're kind of trying to find this blend between both. Like with the Irish culture, there was always them kind of roadblocks to like I obviously am Muslim, so there always kind of was them like that divide of like I'm not fully Irish as well. And then with the Islamic culture, then my appearance kind of stopped that there. And although like you don't have to look a certain way to be Muslim, or you don't have to like be a certain religion to be Irish, they still kind of play into the stereotypes. You know what I mean? You still do kind of feel them within that there. So I don't know. Yeah, for a long time, I kind of growing up, I kind of like wishy-washied into like each culture. So there's certain parts of my life where I would have been wearing like brown boots and listening to country music and like loving the Irish side and being like, this is me, like Irish flag in the room and all. And then there would have been sides being like wearing an Algeria jersey and watching Algeria in the World Cup and then like singing Algerian songs and then like. So I would have kind of blended into both, but there was always a sense of like there was never a true belonging to either or. So you're kind of like this mismatch of like both cultures into one. So like there definitely is that like there's just, it's like the best way to describe it is you never have a true sense of belonging to either one. So then like you don't know where you don't know where you are. Do you know what I mean? You don't know like what you actually fit into. And within that like mashup, you kind of make your own. So like from both of them, they're like I listen to a lot of like Irish music. But then I still like hold a lot of my like Algerian, like even like the football side of things with them. Do you know what I mean? So there's there's splits between the culture. I take this side from that, take this from that. The only thing I do feel there was a stronger pull towards my Algerian culture as I grew up, because that obviously associated my religion. Yeah. So only now I'm feeling that's more of a pull to me. Yeah. But then like I'm born and raised in Ireland, like I love Ireland, like my house is in Ireland, so like there's still that pull back. But I think it's something that like pull and push with my whole life. And I don't know, yeah, it's probably like something I'll just have to make up, like what is my culture, like at the end of
Be
it.
your
what I
own
feel
person,
is.
Nassim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
worry about
Be
different
you.
cultures.
Don't try to fit in anywhere in the same.
Yeah.
It's okay to be a
Yeah.
mismatch. We love it. So how was it for you when your class was making like communion or confirmation?
Yeah, I can actually remember that quite well.
Let's deep dive into the past.
Thought you would.
P4, I think it was.
Yeah.
P4, a teacher called Miss Gregory.
Shout out Miss Gregory.
Yeah, I can remember really well. Yeah,
Clog.
yeah, and Clog, yeah, Clog.
Oh my God, look at
Yeah,
her.
there you go. Yeah,
Oh my
Miss Gregory.
God.
Like, oh yeah, great teacher. So
Until
no, this is actually a good story. So we were making our communion. It was a communion, and then in that time, like when you're making your communion, the big thing is like the money you're gonna get for it.
Yeah.
So like I remember being in primary school, and I was talking about like I'm getting this money, I'm getting that money, I'm getting this, and I was kind of just like there being like, oh, like I didn't really know what to say, what to do, so I was kind of like, oh yeah, I remember being like that. But I got involved in like all the things setting up for it. But every time we went to the chapel, I would have always sat at the very back of the chapel. But again, I would have said to the teacher I wanted to do that.
Yeah.
So like I would have said to the teacher like this isn't like my religion, like I want to be at the back of the shop. Now I don't know if that was like me kind of attention seeking, like letting me know, like I'm different, like I don't know it. I
I'm
think
not like the other girls.
probably in my like immaturity, I probably was doing something like that. I probably was being like, that's not me, I'm Muslim, like, because I was quite like confident with my religion at a very young age. Now there's a difference from my brother. My brother would have been more like
Trying to blend in.
yeah, he would have like not told everyone about like his religion, but I would have been a wee bit more like, yeah, I'm Muslim, yeah, I can't do this, yeah, I can't do that. Maybe that's why peer pressure and stuff never had a massive effect on me, because I was kind of more like vocal about who I am, what my religion is. Do you know what I mean? I was kind of not that proud of it, but I was like willing to let people know what it is. So in the confirmation, I was like, no, communion, sorry, I was like, no, I'm gonna stay at the back. Everyone did their thing, and that was dead on. And then the day came for it. And then I was a bit raging because I was like, everyone's getting money, I'm not getting no money. And then
I'm getting
Miss
nothing.
Gregory gave me a wee yellow, like tiny wee yellow envelope.
Yellow?
And
Yellow?
she goes,
Yellow?
yeah, yellow was yellow. I remember it so well.
You mean yellow?
Oh, yeah, and she goes to me, there's no money in this envelope. And I was like, right, okay, no money in the envelope. But I
whatever.
knew there was money in the envelope because it was literally like a wee coin shape on the envelope. And I was like, but I didn't know if I believed it or not. And I remember I went home and I opened the envelope and there was £2 in it. And I was actually like, even though I was so young and probably didn't understand what the crack was, I remember being grateful for it. I was like, that's so nice that she's like trying to make me feel included. Because in them times too, like I wasn't really celebrating Christmas and things like that there. Like they weren't as big of a thing in my house. So when I wanted like presents and stuff, I didn't have to wait till Christmas.
Yeah.
And I knew that was like kind of advantage I had. Because I remember something like when a PlayStation came out, I remember I asked my mum if I could get it, and I got it like a couple of days later.
Yeah.
But I remember my friends were like, I'm getting it for Christmas, I'm getting it for Christmas. So I never had that wait. So I knew there was pros and cons of like
Either
not
side.
doing my confirmation or my communion, but like I get other things at different
Yeah.
times, you know what I mean? So
Your
Yeah.
presents are spread out. Hey,
Yeah.
you're right.
yeah, so they were spread out. So like yeah, doing the confirmation, like yeah, it wasn't a big deal for me. It was just kind of like, this isn't my culture. Because at that time too, like I'm being shown like what Ramadan is, like that's our fasting period, like Eid. I'm being shown parts of my own culture. So I didn't feel like, oh, I wish I could be part of that so much. I did kind of feel like, oh yeah, I have my own religion,
Yeah,
I have my
'cause
own culture, I have my own faith.
It's not like you like didn't have other things going on.
Yeah, and I think that's why I didn't feel so left out or so excluded or so pulled back. Like, I had my own thing going on. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Whereas I think people always look at me and be like, oh, you're a Muslim growing up in this community. You're so pushed out. You're so exiled. And that's not really the way it is. Because you have to remember, when you come back into your home, into your own house, there was, like, Arabic text all over my walls, like pictures and all this thing. Like, the Quran was sitting there. Like, there was all different things, like, about my own faith in my own house. So as soon as I came back home, I was like, oh, yeah, this is me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there was never, like, a big, like, I'm so, like, alone here. You know what I mean? I never felt that, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. So while being a youth worker, has your faith ever challenged you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think he agrees.
Okay, so there's some things in my religion that are very like firm and straight, and this is the way it is, as they are in like every religion. There's some like things it's like, this is the way it is, we prohibit this is allowed, that's okay. And I think as a youth worker, what I kind of struggle sometimes is I couldn't show like congruence, which is being myself. So sometimes when I'm talking to young people and they're asking me for like advice or they're asking me for anything like that, I'm trying to give them like my honest self. Like I'm saying honestly, this is what I think, because I think the advantage in youth work is every youth worker is different. So like you don't need like 50 youth workers that are the exact same, think the exact same, do the exact same thing, because like you're not getting a lot of value out of that. When everyone is a wee bit unique and different, they can apply themselves to different situations, and then that's kind of the beauty of it. Like we all have our own style, so we're all suited to better situations. The situation's better, sorry. So when I started in youth work then, and I got challenged with some of these things that conflicted my own religion, I didn't really know how to respond. And then I think I kind of started off with the approach of, I don't really have an answer for that. But I didn't feel like that was good enough. So I kind of told myself somewhere in my youth work journey that I need to kind of say, instead of me trying to give them advice from my perspective or my religion can impact it, like I would try to get their own values, their own morals, and maybe if it's important to them, their own religion, and what do you think about that there? Because I don't want to be an advice giver. I want people to kind of be able to figure it out on their own and help them figure it out on their own. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I kind of mean that transition in youth work. Because I feel like early on, you just want to give everyone the right answer. Do this, do that, do this, do that. But as you progress in your youth work career, you start to kind of learn, and I learned this obviously in my university course as well, as I learned like what it means to become a youth worker. You don't want to be an advice giver. You want to kind of ask the right questions so they can figure it out on their own.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So that's when I kind of started to not feel as challenged anymore, because I realized it wasn't me like giving direct advice to them. It was me helping them find the answer on their own. So that's when I started to realize, okay, I don't need to be worried about what I think, because it's not what I think is not important. It's what they think.
Yeah.
You know?
That's so inspirational. Oh my
That
god.
was worded really, really well.
Oh my god.
Put that
Nassim
right in
Zerai
myself.
2026. What the heck? Okay. Could you share a moment with one of us that stayed with you?
Like in my life or in my youth work career, or what do you kind of think?
Either. All of the above, I guess.
A moment that stayed with me. Can I talk about Miss Gregory? Give me £2, no? No, a moment that stayed with me. Probably a moment that stayed with me. I'll speak about my youth work career, because I'm kind of thinking about that now. Is I believe in my second year in uni, I started a project that you were all a part of. The South Armagh Champions League.
Yeah.
And I feel like in my youth work career that really stood out to me, because that was an idea I literally started in my head.
Yeah.
And then I brought to a youth worker, and then they talked about it more with me, and then we got a meeting together, and then we got like a group together, then we got a group of people together, and it just kept progressing. And I got to the stage where like maybe it wasn't the first night, it was maybe second, third or fourth, but it was somewhere along the lines. I remember like there was one time in the project where like everything was kind of going to plan. And that was like a real big moment stood out in my head, because I was like, it really showed me the power of like,
Your vision coming to life.
yeah, like a thought can literally bang all happen. Because it was something I thought in my head. I literally remember like, I don't know why I was here. I was in the Furry Glen, like in Wormpoint walking up, and I was like, that'd be so cool if I could start like a football project and all this here. Now there's loads about that. You obviously know about that football project, like getting young men involved on a Friday night. There's loads about that project, and it's a really good piece of work. But yeah, in my youth work career, seeing how like a thought can actually progress into like a project involving 100 people, I think that's probably the biggest moment in my youth work career that I've ever stood out with. There's been like moments where young people have said things to me, and like moments that have hit home and stuff like that there. And yes, they do stay with me as well, but solely from just like me and something that I have remembered starting with me. Yeah, seeing how like the thought of a project developing into a project for the first time on a mass scale, that's like definitely something that's really stayed with me in my youth work career.
That has stayed with all of us too.
Yeah.
I'll have you know.
I think about that often.
Unforgettable experience.
This is actually one question I've been looking forward to.
Okay.
So, what's one phrase in Arabic that is like your favorite phrase, and like what's the meaning behind it?
What's one word?
Or like word or phrase or saying?
No
What's
pressure.
one word or phrase or saying in Arabic?
Putting you on the
Yeah.
spot here.
Yeah.
I could give you a real cliche one, but I don't know if I want to give that one. But I can give you the meaning behind it.
Okay,
Okay.
go.
So like, so this has happened to me a couple times in my life. So I've obviously been to some like Islamic countries. I've been to like Morocco, I've been to Algeria, I've been to Islamic countries, and I noticed. So in like the Islamic culture, you say like salam alaikum, and then they say walaikum salam, and then that's kind of like a greetings. But if you're not Muslim, you just say salam. So yeah, so there's a wee bit of a difference there, and it's not all the time. Like different people got different preference, but in my culture in Algeria, that's kind of the way it was for me.
Yeah.
So I always like when I can say first to someone like salam alaikum, and then they know, oh, he's Muslim. And then there's this, walaikum salam back to me. Because sometimes, like I've been in Algeria and people have just said salam to me. And maybe that kind of lingers in my head because that's a wee bit of a piece of like that sense of belonging, and people don't know if I'm Muslim, don't think I'm Muslim.
It makes you like feel far from Muslim.
Yeah, so I think that's why, like, when it comes to a phrase, that lingers in my head because it's like I like because again, like I've always been like that. I like my religion, and I like people knowing my religion.
Being part of it.
And I like being part of it, and I like when people know I'm part of it. Like I don't want to hide it, or people not think I am part of it. So, yeah, when I can say like walaikum salam, like when I can say that to people, I like that. Like, yeah, I do. I think that's like it reminds me of kind of who I am. Because I'm so used to saying, well, what's crack? How you getting on?
Yeah.
I'm used to all that
It's a
there.
switch up.
So yeah, it's a nice sweet switch up for me to kind of like, oh yeah, this is a part of me as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's so basic and so generic.
Yeah.
But that is,
it's actually really nice. to know.
yeah,
it's a
for
nice
me
story.
that is something that's like, yeah.
So have you ever experienced
Samantha, hold the mic to your mouth.
Have you ever experienced any negativity from being Muslim?
From
like,
peers.
yeah.
Not from peers, just in general.
No, not really. Actually, not really. Again, I think people forget. I think people forget I'm Muslim.
Yeah,
So
unless you were to say I'm Muslim and then experience negativity, you don't really experience it at all.
yeah, and like, okay, let's actually talk about it. So if I'm like when I was younger and I was fighting with people in school or something, and there was like a verbal confrontation or whatever it was, I think people would forget to kind of even insult like my religion, my faith, or my diversity because they'd almost forget about it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I'd probably be more susceptible to like something about my appearance or something about like something else.
Yeah,
Whereas
it's
my religion was kind of always a backthought for people.
It's not something that sticks out.
Yeah, you don't see it with me. When you look
Yeah.
at me, that's not the first thing you see. So,
No.
so almost in a heightened state where you're arguing with people, they kind of forget it. Now, there was cases where, like, obviously growing up in school, like, you always get them like
Sneaky comments.
Like, yeah, there was some of them.
Comment.
But nothing more that would make me feel like, oh, I'm so different from everyone else here. Like, nothing like really pulled me back again. But like, that's what I'm kind of saying. There was never a massive like separation from the community. It was like kind of always hidden in my head.
Yeah.
Like, I'm completely in this community, but I'm not really a part of it. But it was hidden. It was a lot more like quieter. So there was never nothing like no like mass discrimination against me of like, oh, he's Muslim, get him out, or he can't do this here, or like stating him he's Muslim. There's nothing like that there. Yes, maybe offhanded comments, like I said, like more subtle, but nothing like major or nothing big that I ever felt. No, which actually I think surprises a lot of people, because I think people think I would get flack for that, but I genuinely think the only reason is because people forget I'm Muslim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I
Other than that, you would.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Okay, for your final question, what would your advice be to your 16-year-old self?
Ooh, my advice be to my 16-year-old self.
Get thinking.
What could it actually be? That's a good question. I don't know exactly what my advice would be to my 16-year-old self. Probably like, I think kind of like navigating like my childhood and growing up and stuff. I feel like every like 2 years I had it all figured out. That's probably something I would say to myself. Like, see, when I was 16, I'd be like, okay, now I have it figured out. Like, I made mistakes when I was 14, 15, but now I have it figured out. And then when I became 18, I was like, oh, what am I on about? Now I have it figured out. Same thing, 20, now I have it figured out. 22, now. I always kind of thought I had it figured out. Now I'm only kind of getting to the realization that
It's the 2-year point, and saying don't believe it.
maybe a 2-year refresher is always what it takes. Maybe I need to help me look. But yeah, I would think definitely tell my 16-year-old self, as much as you know, there's always more to learn.
Yeah.
Because like you always have to make decisions, and you have to kind of decide what you want to do this here, do that there. Like even in my life there were some career changes for me. Like I went from being a plumber to being a youth worker. At that time I was really like, oh, do I want to do this? I'm going to lose out money. I don't know if this is right. But I do think you have to make them decisions and just go with them and see where they lead you, and don't look back. And I know that's very cliche and stereotypical. Like
Every day is a learning day.
Yeah, but I feel like whatever decision you make and whatever way you go, you're going to learn from it. And then guess what? You're going to have to make a whole load of new decisions. So it's almost like there's no wasted time. There's only time to learn. Do you know what I mean? So like, because I look back at my life and say, oh, I made a load of different mistakes and I wasted time there, I wasted time there, But then when I really think about it, I learned so much in that so-called wasted time.
Yeah.
So now I've kind of like moved to this place in my life. There's no such thing as that waste time. It is always learned time. So whatever decision I make or whatever decision I do, I'll know whether it's good or bad. I'll learn from it, and then that'll better equip me to go forward and make more decisions.
Yeah.
So that kind of makes sense. So that's probably what I tell my 16-year-old self. I would say to him, like, make these decisions and go with them. And every time you make a big decision, you'll learn from it, and you'll get better at it. So
You're being so inspirational.
You're so well
today.
spoken, Nassim.
Well, we want to thank you so much.
Yes, thank you very much for
For
having me.
You're so
coming on
welcome.
our podcast. We are very grateful for you.
And we've learned a lot.
Yeah, you're being so inspirational.
Thank you very much for having me on the podcast. It's a really good idea you're doing here. I think you've had like a really good platform here, a good opportunity to really get some information. I think you're doing really well. I can remember this starting as an idea years ago. Like, we'd love to do a podcast, but you have like put it to life, and you should definitely be proud of that.
Like your football project.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
You've had a vision. Keep it going, but definitely something to be proud of. This is like
Yeah.
a really good platform. If you use it right, you can definitely get a lot out of this.
Yeah, for
So,
sure.
yeah, best of luck to you in the future with your guests.
Thank you.
Maybe I'll come back on in the future.
Yes.
We'll get you on the next season.
Don't even worry about it. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Whoa.
That was magical.
That was really, really good, guys.
Do you think so? I don't know if my
No, you were good.